In the last class, we have discussed the various distributions or flavors of Unix operating system. We have discussed what is open source, what is the freeware, what is the difference between open source and freeware, and we have discussed what are the various distributions or flavors of Unix operating system. Now, Unix operating system and what are the flavors we have discussed, those are all will be under by command interface or CLI, command line interface. We are going to be discuss UI. UI will discuss. UI will discuss. See, Windows we can consider as a first GUI operating system from the Microsoft. Windows OS is the first OS from the Microsoft, and we can say it is a user-friendly operating system. We can say it's a user-friendly operating system. See, first Windows version of operating system has been released in the year of 1990. That is Windows 1990. 1990, which was the first version of operating system. First version of operating system. So later we have in every year we have Windows 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and Windows 95 we have in the year of 1995. So, and this was the most popular OS. Most popular OS. Many days it is under usage. Later we have Windows 98 is there. All these versions are standalone versions. It does not have networking support. It does not have networking support. All these versions are standalone systems. These don't have networking support. Does not have networking support. See, later in 1998, have Windows NT, where it is a networking operating system which has given in the year of 1998. Okay, so later Windows NT, we have Windows 2000 and Windows 2003, Windows XP. So these versions become more popular. Windows XP and Windows Vista is there. Windows Vista is not that much usage. The failure operating system we can say. Later Windows 7. Most of the time nowadays also the people are using this Windows 7. And the latest operating system we have is Windows 10 and Windows 11 under usage. So we can expect Windows 12 in the what we can say in the coming days. We can able to expect the Windows 12, which will be considered as light edition, because Linux kernel is going to be added to the Windows for the security purpose. Windows 12 has to be released to be released. Windows 12 is yet to be released. Linux kernel will be added to Windows for security purpose. It is going to be. So these are all the operating system. Next, we'll discuss about the Linux operating system. We'll discuss about the Linux operating system. See that. See, you can say Unix is the open source operating system, which is available for all the people. Whoever is required that particular one, they can able to modify it, and they can redistribute that to the they can republish. I mean, republish in the sense they can make it available for others or who want that particular one, like that. So one of the student named as Linus Torvalds, he has taken this Unix operating system and he developed some features for it and have released as Linux operating system. See, it is a most popular modified versions of Unix OS. Most popular modified version of Unix OS. Okay, Linux is a multi-user operating system. Linux is a multi-user operating system. See, Linux will be having both GUI and as well as CUI application. Sorry, uh, Linux will provide both GUI and UI. Linus Torvalds has taken Unix source code and they have modified it in the year of 19. By adding some features, they have released this as a new product. By adding some features, they have released it as a new product. See, 1989, Linus Torvalds has taken Unix source code and modified by adding some features. Just develop develop a new product called Linus. Later, it has been named as Linux. Three various distributions or flavors of Linux. Various distributions or flavors of Linux. Distributions or flavors of Linux. Distributions or flavors of Linux OS. We have Apache Linux. We have Fedora Linux. We have SUSE Linux. We have RHL Red Hat Linux. Red Hat Linux. So in real time, people will use Linux operating system. So we will discuss even that. So what will be the different environments we'll be having? In each environment will be using each operating system. I mean that which flavors they'll be using, that also we'll discuss. So in real time, RHEL will be used. Debian, Linux, and next we have Linux, CentOS, Linux CentOS, Linux Mint is there, Linux Mint is there. Next we have Ubuntu. So we'll use Ubuntu for practice. So we'll use Ubuntu for practice. Most of the time, the people will use the Ubuntu for practice. Um, it's open source software, and where the support will not be available. Like it is a free of cost, but we don't have any support here. If it is a RHEL, Red Hat Linux, where it is a licensed version, where support will be available. That all we will discuss. Ubuntu Linux, Linux Mint, Kali Linux is there, one of the popular flavor, Kali Linux. Amazon Linux is there. Oracle Linux also is there. See, most popular distributions we have RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Most popular distributions. Most popular distributions. Most popular distributions. So first we have RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So where it is licensed version, licensed version. So as it is licensed version, we'll be having the support as well. Support will be available. Support will be available. Next, Ubuntu we have Ubuntu Linux, where we have it is an open source version, open source operating system. It is a free cost, but don't have support. It is user friendly operating system. User friendly like a Windows OS. Next we have CentOS as well. CentOS is also there. So where it is a freeware. So what is the freeware? What is the open source software that we have discussed in the previous session? Let's go ahead with the previous concept. So freeware, it is a free of cost, but does not have support. Where it does not have support. These are most popular things we have. RHEL is the uh, where RHEL the distribution which we are using in the real time. The real time. Okay. See, the software environment. Coming to the software environment, where when we are working in the real time, be different environments. There will be different environments. We'll see what are the environments we have. Software environment, software environments. See here. So for training, we'll be having one environment which will be considered as training environment. Training environment. Training environment. And the second one is development environment. Development environment. So in short, we'll call it as a dev environment. Development environment, dev environment, testing environment. After development, it will goes to the test environment. And next we have after testing will be deliver the product where will be having the environment called as production environment. Production environment, which in short we'll call as a prod environment. Prod. See, for training purpose, we can able to use Ubuntu. Training purpose, Ubuntu version. Whereas coming to this dev environment, where we are using the sample data, there also Ubuntu will be recommended. So we'll use using sample data, Ubuntu will be used. Ubuntu will be used. Whereas coming to the test environment, in the test environment will be considering the test environment will be considering the sample data. So here also Ubuntu will be used. It means project setup will be used in the Ubuntu. And next we have production environment. It's real data directly where we are working with the customer data. Here we are working with the customer data. See, one application, general application, if you see, phone pay is there. Phone pay is there. See, what is the purpose of using phone pay? So to transfer the amount from one UPI ID to other UPI ID or scanner. See, when they are developing that particular application, that will be considered as development environment. When the application enters into the testing, it will be considered as test environment. So now it is production, like people are using it. Because of that, only real data will be in that particular application. So like banking information or other information, everything. See here in the production environment, what real data will be used. Example, we can say like banking applications or banking information, what we are using, banking data or information like anything. So about that particular company, real data will be used. Real data maintained at company data set. See here, RHEL will be used where it is a licensed version. Support will be available. See, there will be some issues where the issues are going to be fixed by us or some issues will be fixed by the company. See, when they are migrating something from one to other, there may be happening like this. So they will be providing support for the users who are using license, that particular license version. Next, we'll see what are the features we have with the Linux. Features of Linux operating system. Features of Linux operating system. The first feature what we have here is multi-user OS, multi-user operating system. See how this, what is multi-user operating system? More than one user can share the system resources at more than one user can share system resources at a time. See, it works in the internet. Without having internet, we cannot able to work with the multi-user operating system. Works in the network, and it is a server OS. So, what are the multi-user operating systems we have? What are the multi-user operating systems we have? Like Unix is one of the multi-user operating system. Linux is one of the multi-user operating system. And nowadays we have the Windows is also one of the multi-user operating system. And next feature of Linux operating system is multitasking. Multitasking OS. Multitasking. Multitasking OS. Multitasking OS. See, multitasking analysis at a time it is going to be execute the multiple tasks. At a time it is going to be run the multiple tasks what we want to perform. Multiple tasks like here is nothing but process of running multiple jobs at a time, process of running multiple jobs at a time, process in a sense which is under execution, is under execution. It is a process of running multiple jobs at a time, process of running multiple jobs at a time. So here also we can say the operating systems as Unix, Linux, Windows. Unix, Linux, Windows. Unix, Linux, Windows. See, and we can say it is a open source software. Open source software. What is meant by open source software? Already we have discussed. Open source software is nothing but which is available for us free of cost. But pay any amount for it, we can able to download it from the internet along with the source code. If it is required for us, we can able to modify and we can able to redistribute to uh, whoever it is required. Okay, so and here of, it is independent of hardware, independent of hardware. See, Unix and whatever may be the flavors of Unix we have, those are those are independent of hardware. It means they are not depending on one particular hardware component. Whatever be the hardware components we are using, it is going to be work. Like different processors, different hard disks, different motherboards, whatever it may be. See, we are having hardware components different one. So in any hardware components, it is going to be work. Next, and its flavors are independent of hardware. hardware. So different processors will be there. Intel processors will be there. IBM processors will be there. Macintosh processors will be there. Like that, different processors will be there, and different people will be, we can say, different hardware components. Hardware be used by the people, and in any of the hardware components, it is going to be box. It is going to be box. Next, we have open source software. We know already about it, which we can add new features. We no need pay any amount for the software. We can download it from the internet along with this. We can add this and simplifying words, which makes it user friendly. Makes it user friendly. So next we have shell scripting. Shell scripting. See, this is one of the scripting language. Unix and Linux will be having shell scripting, whereas Windows does not have shell scripting. See, here we are using the shell scripting for some particular task, to maintain some task or to schedule some task at what time the specific one has to be performed. For that particular purpose, we are using the shell scripting. Unix and Linux both provide shell scripting. And we can say Unix is a secure operating system. So here, why we are going to be say it is a secure operating system? No chance of virus and data hacking. It's Unix and Linux. Unix and Linux. And where all permissions we need to give for accessing the files or anything else are having permissions concept as owner you should grant permissions access files and folders. In production environment, Unix and Linux is recommended. Environment, Unix and Linux will be recommended. So and also GUI facility we have here. GUI facility. GUI facility, where it is user friendly. Command interface we have in the Linux operating system, and as well as GUI facility is it is user friendly. It is user friendly. Now, Windows and Linux, Windows and Linux, both are user-friendly words. Both are user-friendly OS. These are all the different features what we have with the uh, Linux OS. So in the next session, discuss the Linux architecture. Linux architecture. After completion of Linux architecture, we start working with uh, commands. We start working with commands.